person of interest. That would be William Balfour. With me, Michelle Davis Balfour, who says her son is not involved. Miss Balfour, thank you for being with us. I'd like to hear your side of the story. What is his alibi for that evening?
Okay, let me explain this to you. Number one, my condolences go out to the Hudson family, especially my daughter-in-law, Julia. No means did my son do this. The police.
Yes.
The police had my son. They did not arrest my son. Let me correct that lie. That was the story. My son turned himself in. The police did not apprehend him. Okay, that was a lie.
So him being picked up for possession of a weapon is not true?
Well, that's a lie too.
So he did not have a weapon?
No, ma'am. No.
Okay.
No, that's a violation of his parole. Let me explain something to you. They're not telling you guys everything. Jason was selling drugs out of the house. Okay.
Are you talking about? Are you talking about Jennifer Hudson's brother?
Yes.
Well, hold on. Before we get to him, what is your son's alibi for the time of the shooting?
My son's alibi was with one of his girlfriends. Okay, one of the girls that he's dating. They are Julia and William were separated, but they were still together. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
They wasn't gonna. William was not raised to disrespect no one, so he left the home. He wasn't kicked out. He wasn't put out. Julia wanted William back. If Julia felt that William was a threat, don't you think she would have put a restraining order on him?
Well, according to sources,
yes or no? Yes or no?
No, I don't know that she would have done that. No, I don't know their situation at all.
I'm just saying, if you feel that a person is threatening your family, would you want them?
Well, you know, frankly, Ms. Balfour, women all across this country are afraid of men, and they don't get a temporary restraining order. So I don't know what they would do.
Do that family look like they're afraid?
I don't know. You tell me.
Okay.
You tell me.
No,
was she afraid? Had they
him.
had disputes in the past? Had they had an argument in the past?
No.
Then why did they break up?
Why did they break up?
Yes.
Because William wanted them to move out into their own apartment.
You said that Jennifer Hudson's brother was selling drugs, but isn't it true that your son was picked up on drugs this past June?
Wait a minute. Let me correct you on that one.
Okay. Correct me.
You always stop saying that one.
Okay, tell me.
William went over there. He was not living with Julia at the time, right? William went by the house to see Julia. When he came out, there was some shooting over there in the Inglewood area. So the police automatically pulled William over. William stepped out of the car. When the police went back over to the car, they searched the car, and they found some drugs in the car. Listen to what I'm going to tell you. They arrested my son and pounded his car, okay? They had no probable cause for searching that car. That's why the charges were dropped. William said the police put the drugs in there. I told him it wasn't the police. It was Julia.
So you believe that
this
Julia...
was her way of... Yes, I told my son it was Julia that did this because she was upset because William had started dating another girl. So it's always two sides of the story. Don't make it seem like my son is the one that was stalking her. He went on with his life. You understand? He went on with his life.
Well, actually, nobody has said stalking. You're the first person that said that. Why would you even bring that up?
They said, why did I bring that up? Because that's the way you all are painting him, portraying my son as being the worst scum of the earth.
No, actually, I've got you on tonight to give your side.
You all are not saying that my son was employed.
Is he? Good. Tell me about that. Where was he employed?
Cozy's on Jackson, Michigan and Jackson, downtown in Chicago. My son had been employed there since he's gotten out of jail. You all have put my son's face on worldwide news like he's the killer of the hunt. You all not saying that my son obtained his GED while he was in the correctional facility. You all are not saying that my son took up horticulture while he was there. William is a very smart and intelligent young man. Why didn't they charge him? If they say he violated his parole, right? Why his parole officer is not terminated from his job? Why? Ask the Chicago Police Department. Why haven't they not terminated?
Ms. Balfour, you're asking me a lot of questions that nobody knows the answer to.
This is what everybody needs to know.
Not everybody. That has not been said on this show. So, ma'am, you need to get your facts straight because that has not been said on this show.
I didn't say it was. I'm not.
You said everybody. I'm not everybody.
I'm just in general saying to the public.
Yeah, well, let's just get that straight. And I want to get something else straight about his alibi. You said he was with his girlfriend. What girlfriend?
Well, William has 2 girlfriends.
Well, which one?
I know my oldest son, which is Raymond, his brother, had told me he was with Diana that night, and he was with Tay in the morning. Now, that's what he had told me. My son told me this, okay? Now, if William did, let me explain this to you, because I did get kind of hostile. If William did do this, right, no, in no means am I going to sugarcoat him and say my son didn't do it. I know my son didn't do this.